So we're going to do the prologue for Volume 2, which starts with Barbethnir in Rivendell.
You may be of service to me.
Master Elrond wishes to speak with you, Elenaroth. He says the elves have need of the strength of the race of men and wishes you to speak with him about some matter of urgency. Go inside and speak with Master Elrond in his library. Let's go talk to Master Elrond and see what he has to say.
Dark days are coming.
Welcome, Elenaroth. I am pleased to see you well. We must be thankful for every journey that ends in safety, for these are dangerous times and the shadows grow ever long outside Rivendell. A small company will soon be setting forth on a mission of great secrecy to combat this growing dark. I am loath to speak in detail of their errand, but know that it will do great hurt to the enemies of this age if they succeed. The fate of the race of men concerns you closely, Elenaroth, and I know that you are trustworthy. 2 doughty men prepare to set forth on this perilous journey. Lend them your assistance as they prepare to leave. I speak, of course, of Aragorn, son of Arathorn, and Boromir of Gondor. Look for them in one of the guest rooms along the road that winds up the southern slope to the Vale of Imladris. Remember the back in the day, Boromir used to be up on top of the hill, like towards the trek out of the out towards the Misty Mountains. Crunchy legs. Gotta love the skybox in Rivendell. Those clouds are amazing. Boromir.
Could I speak with you a moment?
It does my heart good to see a man such as you, Elenaroth. Aragorn there seems a strong man, but he seems to prize the friendship of elves over that of his own kind. So many elves in this place. Every hour we spend in this hidden valley prolongs the struggle of Gondor. How many men will fall in its defense ere we depart? My sword arm itches for battle, and my horn longs to be sounded. You understand the need we have for haste, Elenaroth, for you are not like the others, who live for such a long span that the concerns of the present must seem trivial or meaningless. But it is not so. Climb the winding road to the south entrance to the valley and ask the guards there if they have need of my vigilance. I will spend the time until we depart guarding the borders if they have need of my strength. Alright, what does Aragorn need? I'm assuming that's going to be this quest. Yeah, because that's the other one's called.
Greetings.
Elrond has entrusted you with knowledge of our errand, Elenaroth. I am glad. I go with Boromir to his city of Minas Tirith, a journey that lies along that of the rest of the company for many leagues, and yet the route to take is still undecided. I see 2 ways for the company to take. We might make for the Redhorn Gate, the pass over the mountains that descends into the Dimril Dale, where lie the still waters of the Mirrormere, or we might head for the Gap of Rohan, by which Boromir came north. There are difficulties associated with each way, but one of these 2 must prove the better route. I will continue poring over the maps, Elenaroth. Will you speak to Gandalf about these 2 routes? I believe he is in Bilbo's room on the first floor of the House of Elrond. I will indeed, but first we will do Boromir's task. Which I think is up here. Yep. Should be soon. Somewhere right ahead of us. There we go. We have things here at the entrance to the valley well at hand, Elenaroth. I appreciate the intention of our visitor from the south, but we have no need of his assistance. Imladris has been safe from attack for long years before either he or you walked in Eriador. Thank him for the offer, but tell him his concern is misplaced. The elves can protect Imladris. So that is it's an interesting thing because it's the elves' way of saying thanks but no thanks. But it's also a rebuke of some degree of like, you know, we're the elves. We can handle it. We don't need the help of men or people like you. So very interesting. All right, now we're going to the last homely house to talk to Gandalf. To give him Boromir's fears. Excuse me, Aragorn's fears about the roots. Which one is going to be better? And then we'll go back to report to Boromir and Aragorn.
Why do you disturb me?
2 ways, you say? What are the 2 ways over the mountain that Aragorn proposes? The passage of the mountains could be difficult. The Red-Horned Gate is very high up, and in winter the heights may be treacherous. I do not believe the Gap of Rohan will be open to us. That way would bring the company too close to Isengard, and Aragorn will understand why we must not go that way. But there is a 3rd way through the mountains. I will not speak of it here, but Aragorn will know the way of which I speak. Return to him with my misgivings.
What do you need?
What did you say, Elrond? The elves have turned down my offer of aid. This is what I expected, though it grieves me to see it so clearly. The elves believe they have no need for us, Elrond. They may change their opinion if Gondor falls, and change it quickly. Do they not see that our people are the last real defense? Have they forgotten the great deeds of our people that made this land safe? We must remind them, my friend. Go to the Hall of Fire in the House of Elrond, and remind some of the elf singers there of the great deeds of our people, of the Gondorian cavalry perhaps, and of Elendil and his sons. They will not then undervalue the contributions of our people.
Greetings.
I do know of this 3rd way, and Gandalf knows too that I am loath to bring the company through the mountains by that road. It is a dark way and dangerous. I will say no more of it now, but I hope it will not come to that. My heart tells me that the Red-Horned Gate is the safest for our purposes. Thank you, Elrond. You have done me a great service. Okay, so we just need to finish with Boromir. We're going to go to the Hall of Fire and sing the songs of men. At Boromir's urging, you recite the tale of Elendil and his sons, and the strength they brought to bear in the battle of Dagorlad at the Black Gate of Mordor. I know of this tale, but I know it by another name, for in Imladris it is called the Song of the Last Alliance, and it involves more characters, not just Elendil the Tall, but Gil-galad, our king, and Master Elrond, and Círdan the Shipwright. But you have reminded me of this, and I urge you not to forget it yourself, Elrond. Neither elves alone, nor men alone, could have withstood the power of the enemy at the siege of Mordor. The hubris of man is being reminded. At Boromir's urging, you recite the tale of the ride of the Gondorian cavalry that pursued the Witch King from Fornost, where the forces of Angmar were routed. A good tale, and the deeds of Prince Eärnur are worthy of remembrance, as are those of many strong men besides. But your tale has ended before Eärnur's horse gave way in terror of the Witch King. Were it not for the arrival of the elf lord Glorfindel, things may have gone ill for the captain of Gondor that day. But your point is clear. Against the great evils of the shadow, elves and men must stand together. It is a lesson gladly remembered. Thanks, Sparrow. She should. She took a pill early and she's resting now. She gets sinus headaches a lot, so. Misha says she'll be home shortly. Awesome. Alright, let's see what Boromir has to say.
How can I be of service?
You have eased my mind, Elrond. Though it seemed we struggle alone, it is not so. This is why we fight on, not just for our own people, but for all people. Alright, back to Elrond.
Hope is not in vain.
Thank you for helping Aragorn and Boromir with the preparations, Elrond. The fate of all your people is bound to the success of the mission they must undertake.
A strange fate brings you hither.
This is hands down my favorite part of this quest, and you're about to see why. The time has come for the company to depart on their errand of secrecy, Elrond. As you have been of some assistance with the preparations, you may join the members of my household as we see them on their way. Tell us when you are ready to wish them well.
The household of Elrond Half-Elven gather to bid farewell to 9 brave adventurers entrusted with a secret task which could mean the salvation or doom of Middle-earth. I, Gandalf the Grey, must lead them along dark roads.
Alright. Here we are. Everything seems to be ready, Elrond. We're about to leave. Hopefully I will see you again once this is all done. You take care of yourself, Frodo. Adventuring is dangerous business. It is, but look at all the help I have. He does have a lot of help. You're right, Frodo. You can't go wrong with a took, a brandy book, and a gamgee. Solid hobbits all. Alright, Aragorn has something to say. Keep an eye upon these lands while we are away, my friend. Our errand is a dangerous one. There will be danger behind us too, and my footsteps will be easier if I know that Elrond remains behind to protect against them. My own journey will carry me far from here. And Uriel will go to Minas Tirith, but my road follows that of the company for many leagues. Sam Gamgee. Samwise, you dunderhead! You've gone and forgotten to bring a bit of rope with you. I knew there was something you'd forgot. Bill here will have too much to carry as it is, and I've lightened his load as much as I can. You're in for it now, same as we are, Bill. Got to look out for each other, we do. Meriadoc. This is it, Elrond. Wish us luck, and we'll be sure to come through okay. Leastwise, we'll make sure to lend Frodo all the help we can, do whatever Gandalf needs us to do. We'll see you when we get back, and that's a promise. Come on, Pip. It's almost time to go. I'm ready. I was just saving my energy, Mary. If it were up to me, I would ask you to come with us, Elrond. The halflings are too well represented. Why should the race of men house so few within the company? So begins a new journey. Let us go forth boldly, I say, rather than skulking from shadow to shadow, and let the enemy quail at our coming. Are we ready to leave? Be glad to put this weighty behind us. Oh yeah, he just blew his horn. Always do I wind my horn at the setting forth. Let the enemy quake at its call. That was ill done, Boromir. The strength of the company's errand is in its secrecy. Why should we creep in darkness and in fear? We are not thieves. Yet we must leave like thieves, Boromir, or risk detection. Come here, Elrond. The number of the company has been chosen, and any more would threaten the success of its mission. You have business remaining in Eregion, brave men. Defend its people from the lengthening shadows. If the errand of this company fails, Eregion will have need of heroes before the final darkness. You have done your part, Legolas. The burden is for others to bear. The company is setting out on the quest. Mount Doom. Ask no oath or bond of you save Frodo. You go with him as free companions. And Eoban and Frodo will answer to my axe! Alright, they're talking way too fast for me to do all the voices. Rely instead upon each other and take what counsel you can. Go now, and with the blessing of all free folk, farewell. Come on, Bill! Farewell, sweet Imladris. You will stay always in my memory. Maddie? What is it, Pippin? I'm hungry. Oh, I love this quest. It's so much fun. It is done, and they are beyond my aid. For all of my wisdom, I cannot see the end of the road. May they come to it in safety, and return to Rivendell in victory. And so the company departs. May the stars shine upon their road's end. Let's go back inside, Elrond. There's nothing more we can do for them. The company must now rely upon their own strength and wisdom.
Will you lend me your aid once more?
It is done, Elrond. All our hopes now rest upon the 9 members of the company, 9 walkers to stand against the 9 riders of the enemy. May they come to no harm and return in safety, the task completed. There is nothing we can do for them now. We must stand tall against the shadow and keep its attention focused upon us, far away from those who can do it the greatest harm. That is our task now, Elrond. Do you accept it? Absolutely, I accept it. I'll take those. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is officially the prologue for Volume 2 and the sending off of the Fellowship out of Rivendell off to Moria. One of my favorite quests in The Lord of the Rings Online.